Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today I have this gorgeous Grand Seiko SLGC007. This is the Tentograph chronograph model. And I gotta tell you, I think it looks fantastic. Right now I have no extra lighting here. I'm just in a lit office space, but I'm gonna throw my ring light on here and I'm gonna get a little bit of a glare, but I wanna be able to just give you a little bit brighter as I look at this dial texture here. Really just captures the eye and I think looks great with the black subdials. Case dimensions on this, I measured it at its widest point and counting the crown protectors here, 45 millimeters across. However, it does come in from there quite nicely. 43 millimeters across that black ceramic bezel, and then 35.9 across that slightly raised boxed sapphire crystal, so just under 36 millimeters across that dial. 15.6 millimeters thick, 51.2 from lug tip to lug tip, and I will tell you that's from the very widest point of that lug tip. You can see they're kind of slash cut there, I'm going to call it. So again, that is the widest point, 51.2. I did not measure underneath. However, you do have male end links. So with the male end links, I measured 53.5. So that's going to be a little bit larger across the wrist with those end links. We do have a 23 millimeter lug width. You don't hear that or see that very often. 23 does taper down to 20 at the last link. You have a relatively standard fold over deployant clasp. See the signed Grand Seiko dual push button release. No micro on the fly. However, you do have 4 anchoring spots within that clasp. So you do have some fine adjustment there if you have out of the back end of your spring bar or a tool. Again, I've used toothpicks here as to not scratch a case here. Again, this is titanium, so very light. And then you do have, looks like push pins on the titanium. So push pins to remove links. And it looks like you do have a half link on that side, and we do have a half link on this side. So 2 half links and 4 spots. Should be able to get 4 anchoring spots here. Should be able to get a really good fit. Exhibition case back housing the high beat chronograph caliber. This is the 9S-C5, 72 hours of power reserve. You do have a signed screw down crown, 100 meters of water resistance, and again, for as large of a watch this is, titanium, very wearable, 153.4 grams. So just under 155 grams. Retail on this piece, $14,100. And if you're not familiar, this is part of the Evolution 9. So just the case structure and the way it's designed, part of that Evolution 9 series. Take a look at the chronograph movement or function, I guess. Great action on that start. I'm going to tell you now while you're watching that. Unfortunately, still waiting for some construction to be done on our second floor. So I do not have loom shots on this. I promise you I'll get back around to it if it's still in stock. When I get back into there, I think you're going to have a nice loom on those markers. 60-second, your standard seconds counter at 3 o'clock. 30-minute counter here at 9, and then your 12-hour counter at 6. Again, great action there. Even better action. I mean, I barely felt the reset button there. So really, I think it's just an attractive piece. Let me throw this on wrist again. I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. And admittedly, a little large. I'll take this ring light back off, get rid of that glare if I can for you. But because it's so light, wears very well. As always, greatly appreciate you viewing. If there's anything we can do for you, anything at all, contact information is in the description. Let me know what you think of the high beat Tentograph Grand Seiko chronograph here. I think it looks great if you have the wrist to pull it off. Thanks again for viewing. We'll see you in the next video.